Good afternoon, everybody, on this Sunday afternoon. I'm just going to do a very quick video because it's something that's just come to mind after doing card readings and listening to various things and speaking about various different things. This word came in my mind, and that word is mindfulness. Not sure whether I'm looking at the camera or looking at myself right now because I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't see that clearly, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, so what came to me was the thought of what mindfulness really means. Many years ago, I did a course on mindfulness, and I never really found it that interesting. But the word's interesting because this morning it came up in something that I was saying, being mindful, mindfulness. And then it was broken down for me. And these were the words that came out of it. Having a mind full of necessary things, or having a mind full of unnecessary things. You see, we all seem to go down this road of, or choose, we can choose or not choose, it don't really matter. But we're all looking for something, we're all searching for something. And most of the time we say purpose, but we don't really understand what purpose is. So we look outside of ourselves for purpose. And that's where we start to struggle, because when we're always looking outside of ourselves for purpose, we end up sending ourselves in that spiral of doubt or fear. I think that's why probably the card came up this morning, from fear to love. And that's kind of interconnected with mindfulness, being in the mind, or having a mind full of the right kind of stuff, the things that are necessary and not the things that are unnecessary. In other words, the overthinking. Now, I'm not immune from that. I'm not sure whether that's because of my star sign or it's just who I am as a personality. I can see the sun's trying to get through the clouds over there. That's nice. But I've always been the type of person that has to analyse everything and pick it apart and put it back together and come up with solutions. That's me. And sometimes it's got me into hot water because I've overthought or spent too much time thinking about the wrong things, and then found myself in that spiral of being on that helter-skelter going down and wondering how I even got to that point. But sometimes it's when you're listening to too many other things, too many other people, too many different bits of advice or whatever, but not really trusting in yourself. I'd like to think that in the work that I do, I don't give answers, but I help you to find answers within yourself, because the answers are always in yourself. That's not to say that you can't listen to someone else's opinion or but the art of human mastery is to always be able to come back to self and trust in your own opinion, in your own belief system. And, you know, I like listening to other people. I like listening to inspirational people. And I like to choose what resonates with me and what doesn't. So I don't wholly accept everything that other people say. But what I do is I can find similarities in my belief system that is kind of, in some respects, it's clarified by the past that I'm drawn to. So when we're talking about mindfulness is always about you coming back to yourself. It's about trusting, really trusting in your gut, you know, in what your inner being can tell you, or is trying to connect with you to get you to understand. And it does it in different ways, you know. It can be from getting those goosebumps on your arms and getting that sort of fluttering in your tummy, lots and lots of different ways. But what it doesn't ever do is judge. The only part that ever judges is you. Judging other people, judging others' choices, judging your choices. And remember that we're all supposed to be mirrors of one another. So if there's something within somebody else that we don't like or we feel uncomfortable with, we have to understand that somewhere within your psyche, you have that fear going off. So that fear could be that you don't want to be that particular person, but then you see that kind of person in someone else, and it kind of brings up that fear of, I don't like that. You see, we're all interconnected, and we're all making choices to the best of our ability. Even people that do readings, me included, or you know, anything like that, within that discussion that you give to someone else, there is always an element of yourself, because you're trying to decipher what you're seeing or what you're feeling with it within your readings. And this is why it's always important to remember to take what resonates and what doesn't, just let it go. Otherwise you'll have your mind running away, mindfulness, in all directions, and sometimes could cause more worry for you. The point of why we're here, and this is my perception, is to find peace, is to find happiness, to find love and joy. And all those things have to be present within you before you're going to notice it outside of you. When you pinch yourself off, in the words of Abraham Hicks, from those feelings, then you have become what I would, and this is a word I've made up, unmindful. In other words, you are focused too much on the external and not enough on the internal. So mindfulness is about creating that mind full of necessary thoughts and feelings and experiences, and letting go of that mind that is full of unnecessary ones. So what could you do today to find that positive mindfulness? Be present, be in the moment. Look at what you're doing at that very, very, very moment. Like me, for instance, here now, sitting here. I'm sitting on my sofa. I've got my two girls sat with me, who always have to be near me. We're going for a walk soon. And they've got good hearing as well. They heard that word. But being present in this very moment and appreciating the fact that no other words but I can be present. I can be mindful. I can choose. I can choose what I want to listen to today. I can choose how I want to feel about it. And I can also choose the opposite if it doesn't feel good. Have a fantastic Sunday. I'm going to try and get a little bit of cleaning done. Thought we were going to do the whole house, but I'm not now. But who cares? You know, life's about going with the flow. I'm going to do what I can. And then I'm going to have a fantastic chat with a friend of mine on video call. And hopefully have some interesting talks philosophically, because I feel very philosophical today. So have a lovely Sunday, and I will be back soon. Take care for now.